Okay, in this video we are looking at how we can bring a previously animated object from one scene into another scene. We're finishing up on our SnowGlobe project, and you guys several weeks ago did a small wave animation in another scene separate from your SnowGlobe, and some of you may want to bring that animation in. Now, before I get into that, I want to say it's perfectly fine if you want to just animate fresh in your snow globe scene, but I did want to show how you would do this for those who want to preserve that animation they had done previously. Alright, so first let's I have my scene. Animated little snowman loses his hat, and his hat comes back. He gets excited and loses it again. So it's 250 frames, and it's going to be about 10 seconds at 24 frames a second. So let's take a look at it before I export it to review the timing on this. So I want to do that in the Play Blast. That's Windows, Play Blast. And it just ran the Play Blast for my previous settings, which were probably whatever was in the range slider. You may need to go into the option box there, but so I play this. Timing is acceptable, so I'll keep this about 10 seconds. Alright, so to export it, you want to select your object you want to export. In this case, it's the snowman at the top highest point of the hierarchy. So I want to select the base, make sure everything's that gets him, his hat, his arms, everything. And it's as easy as going into File. There's two choices here. You can export all, which would be the whole scene, but in this case we want to just export the selection. Click the option box. I'm going to go with a Maya binary file type. I know that will import with the animation. There are others that will as well, but just to be safe, go with that. I want to export the selection, name the selection. I've already done one before, animated snowman export. I'm just going to overwrite that. Next step is to open the scene where we want to import it, which mine is the snow globe. And I don't need to save anything here. And to prepare for the import, I'm just going to select everything and put it on a layer in my channel box. In the display area, click this last icon. It just puts the selected things on a layer. I'm just going to hit the V for visibility and hide those temporarily. Now I'm going to File, Import, and select the animated snowman export I just created, import it into the scene. Just going to think about it for a second. And it comes in and it actually remembers my textures. So I could take a peek into my hypershade and animated snowman export blend too. So it not only brought in my model, it brought in any textures I made, which is nice. And as soon as we bring that layer back, we noticed that our snowman's kind of big for the scene. Now this can get tricky because when we animated, all these keyframes have scale keyframes, so it's not just as easy as going to frame 1 and scaling down and keyframing that. It looks like that's the right size, but as soon as I scrub through so that's not going to work unless I go through each one. And so what we could do instead is to go ahead and group our snowman. So we have one object and do a Command G, which will group that snowman to itself. I'm going to change the pivot point of this group node here, and to show you what this looks like, I'm going to open up the outliner, and so I had our animation export and then I've made a group here. I'm just call this snowman group. Now with this node selected, I should be able to scale down, and we'll see if this works. Alright, and now there we go. Alright, so that's how you would import a previously animated object in one scene into another scene.